Hi everybody, we're going to install Metasploitable 2 for a couple future labs where we're going to learn about penetration testing. Metasploitable is an intentionally vulnerable Linux virtual machine. It's very much like vulnweb.com that we've been using up to this point. This one can be installed on a virtual machine. So when you go to SourceForge, just a second. When you go to sourceforge.net projects Metasploitable, we can download it. And that'll allow us to download the ISO that we can install in VirtualBox. And there it is. It's in a zip file, so we'll need to extract it. So I'm going to put it in my downloads folder. Let's bring this up. So I'm downloading Metasploitable. Click Save. This won't take too long because it's a very small OS. Here is Metasploitable in my Downloads folder. I'm on Windows 11. I'm going to right-click, Extract All. And this will take a moment or two to extract. Sorry, this isn't an ISO. I said that wrong earlier. It's actually a pre-built Windows machine, a VirtualBox machine. So I'm going to take this and cut it. So Control X will cut that folder. I'm going to put it on my C drive. I have a VM folder that I use to store all my virtual machines. And there it is. I've already got it installed. I think I'll delete it so I can start again. That's the one. All right, there we go. There's Metasploitable Linux. Now, of course, the next step is to add Metasploitable to VirtualBox. So I'm going to click New, New Metasploitable. It is not Windows. It is Linux. And I'm going to go down to Other Linux. Other Linux is fine. We're going to go to hardware. We really don't need 512. This is pretty minimal, so 256. Now down on the hard disk, we're not going to create a hard disk. We're going to use an existing virtual hard disk file. So we click here, and we have to go find it. So we add, and we browse to our VM folder that we made earlier. Close that up, drive C, VM, and there's our hard disk. There it is. We're going to choose that, finish, and then start it up. Now earlier in other labs, we created a virtual NAT network for doing all of our hacking. So let's go up to Network Manager and take a look at that. So in the NAT networks, I have an ethical hacking NAT network that I created and set to these settings. Ethical hacking 10.10.1.0/24, and I enabled DHCP. So that's the network that I'm going to connect my Metasploitable to, so I can do things with it and not have my network be at risk, and I can also be assured that I've got everything isolated. So we go to NAT network, ethical hacking. There we go. And our guy is starting up. He's still starting up. I think I'm going to make my virtual screen a little bigger. There, that's a little bigger. Now you notice it's starting out all kinds of things here. These are all set up in a vulnerable way so that when we scan this and work with this Metasploitable, we are going to find all kinds of things that are wrong with it. That allows us to practice our ethical hacking. So never expose this to anything. We've got it locked up behind our NAT. The login is msfadmin. Oops, it's only one F. msfadmin. msfadmin. There we are. We're logged in. We don't need to do anything to update it because this is deliberately a interesting image. So we do IP space A, And I'm getting an old IP address. So if I do power off, which will shut down my, sudo power off, maybe msfadmin, that'll power it off, and when I turn it back on, should be connected up to my new IP address range, because that's the default NAT network with VirtualBox that does not allow much of anything. No network communication to anything. So my mouse is trapped inside here. To get it to escape, I press the control key, and now my mouse can come out of there as it's shutting itself down. To make sure our Metasploitable is working properly, we're going to connect our Kali Linux up to the same user-created NAT network. So there's our NAT network. We're connected up to ethical hacking. We're going to go ahead and power up our Metasploitable and power up our Kali Linux. Our Metasploitable is fired up. Let's log in. I think I typed the password wrong. Yep. When you can't see the characters typing, it's hard to tell. So IPA, there, 10.0.1.7. So now, we're going to go over, now I keep forgetting to get out of this, press the right control key, then I can go over to Kali Linux. I'm going to start up Firefox, there it is, Firefox, and make sure that I can get to that machine. 10.10.1. Oh crud, I forgot already. 1.7, there we go. And this is a deliberately vulnerable web server with all kinds of things in here that we can hack. We are successful. We'll continue later with a couple more uses of the Metasploitable 2 in future tutorials.